Not adulting dragging me through the entire mud.
Okay, let's do this. In 3, 2, 1. It's Thrive time. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Thrive Out Loud. Yes, flu has me by the absolute throat.
It's not going away. Tanti, what is up with flu this year?
I swear I've had flu for the longest time. It's been over 2 weeks and now I'm starting to think. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I really do appreciate you giving us a chance just to know what we're on about. First things first, house rules, and here we like, we comment, we subscribe. Click on the bell notification and tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another friend. You not adulting dragging me through the entire mud. Adulting, PMS, being a woman, being black, like all of those together combined. I just feel like today is not today.
Today is not today.
Like today's not today. If there's ever been a day where I said I'm not okay, today is worse than that day because
it's not make sure.
And all of that just, it weighs so heavily on me, man. And I think the biggest thing, or the one thing that makes me so sad and in my feels, is the fact that no one forced this life on me. It's a life I kind of chose and walked right into. And now and I really don't know, but I don't want this video to just be a ramble, a useless ramble. I had my classes today. Like, so a bit of background. I am a qualified civil structural engineer slash resident engineer, so I have civil engineering and site experience, and it's basically been my life for the last 6 years until around July last year when I lost my job very suddenly, very tragically, very traumatically, if that is even a word. And that led to a 6-month break from the workforce. And me entering back into the workforce was, I'd say, through the back door, but not really. Maybe it's through like the garage or through the sliding door and not through the door, because I am still in the civil engineering industry, but now I am on the academic side of things mainly. And it's a thing I never saw. I didn't foresee it coming, and I thought I was prepared for it, but turns out I was not. And today's one of those days that just showed me horim. Because the thing about academics is, since you're not, like, you are hands-on, but it has a definite start, a definite end. Like, you have when classes start, when classes end. So you're able to take on quite a couple of roles at a time. And here I was thinking, Nike super girl, I'm going to manage to do all of that. So come January 2023, I got offered a role in academics in a private college in Midrand, and I accepted it because I had been wanting to work with them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I had been wanting to work with them. And I took on the role. The first 2 weeks were a bit rough. I wasn't really sleeping well because there was so much to do. And if you know anyone in academics, they'll probably tell you the onset, like the very beginning of whether the academic year, the semester, or the trimester, is very heavy, very confusing, and it just requires a lot from you. And that's what I was going through. But once I kind of got the hang of it, once I was done preparing all my lessons and all of that, then it was smooth sailing. And then I got offered another role in a campus where I used to lecture before. And initially I was like, maybe I don't really have the capacity to take it on. And then I was waiting for the contract, because I also have a thing of, like, I'm not willing to touch anything until I've signed a contract, it's on paper, because of how my previous employer did me dirty. So now, unless it's on paper, I'm not willing to touch it. Then I got a contract, and then they sent me the contract, and needless to say, it was hard to refuse. So I took both of them on. And of course, my biggest worry and anxiety was, will I be able to take this on? And part of me was like, no girl, you're already used to being in your soft girl era, and not stressing over anything. So now this is just gonna literally break you, because you are so fragile and soft now, and this will need you to like literally hit the ground running. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it out and see what's what. Worst case scenario,
If I die, I die.
right? So get now to testing the waters, trying it out. And today was one of those days where I actually did both, because I was working from home at the one, so I was able to go physically to the one. But if you can probably hear it in my voice, maybe it has a lot to do with the flu as well, but you probably hear it in my voice that I'm tired, like I'm drained. And it made me question myself. It made me question my own intentions for myself. It made me wonder, like, is everything that is put on my lap, or everything that is handed to me, is it for me to receive? Like, am I meant to take everything that's given to me? Or are there some way I can, like, it's not make sure. It's not make sure. Because sometimes you receive a thing that is quoted as everything you've ever wanted. It looks like your life in a package, literally your life's wish list. If you had a card for your whole entire life and you had a wish list for your whole entire life, that's what it looks like. It looks exactly like the thing you've been praying for and wishing for the most. But once you start unraveling and opening your package, then you realize maybe this was sent to the wrong address. You know, it made me wonder. And as much as I believe teaching could be a calling, I'm still exploring that. I don't know, because I am essentially not qualified to be teaching. You know, I didn't study to become a lecturer or a teacher. I did not. And in terms of being qualified, I really genuinely don't think I'm qualified to do this. But for some reason, it's just always found a way to chase me down and just find me wherever I am. Like from the days when I was a student, the way I got into becoming a tutor or peer assistant, I didn't go looking for that. It literally just hunted me down, where one of my lecturers in the modules where I was doing really well came and said, hey, I think you'd be great at this, give it a try. And that's how I got into basically education or teaching, if we want to give it a title. But honestly speaking, I'm not qualified to do this. And on days like today, I'm just there wondering, like, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right choice by deciding to take this on? Or am I being greedy? You know, am I being selfish? Because obviously if I turned down the contract, they would have found someone else to give that contract to. And is it a matter of not wanting to be replaced? You know, I'm not questioning my capabilities in the role. I'm able to deliver, no questions asked. The question is just, at what cost? And is the amount of money they are paying me or giving me enough to basically gamble with my mental health and with my health in general? And all of that is just so mind-boggling. So I don't have any bright ideas today. I don't have any hacks, any tips, any tricks. I obviously have found solace and some kind of a safe space in what I'm doing here, and I'm just hoping it's not like I bore anyone. But obviously I'm not everyone's cup of tea, so it's possible that you may have clicked on this video expecting one thing only to find another, and that's okay. But if you're still watching, I'm just really curious, because of all the things that are handed to you, given to you, handed to you, of all the, I'd say, gifts that are given to you, or of everything that is given to you or handed to you, do you have to take it, and at what cost? Like, do you feel like you need to take every single thing that's given to you, or like, is there a line? It reminds me of this parable in the Bible about when I don't know, Jesus, God, both to me it's one and the same. They were giving talents to people. One, they gave him 5 talents. One, they gave him 1. Other one, they gave him I don't know how many, but basically one went and used them wisely and they grew and multiplied. The other one decided to bury them to keep them safe, but it meant he is not using them. And when God came back to check what they did with their talents, he was not pleased with the one who buried it and did nothing with it. But even with that, I'm just really curious, like, with everything handed to us, and maybe it has a nice price tag to it and you can do it, like, it's not a question of your skills or capabilities. of everything in life. Like, do you have to do it, and at what cost? Like, do you have to take everything given to you, and at what cost? This may come in the form of a new job. Maybe you got a job offer and it just feels off, it feels dodgy, but they're offering you really good money, so you're now battling whether to take it or not. Could be a new relationship. This person just entered into your life, and when you first met, they portrayed a certain image of themselves. They looked like something, but now they are something completely different, and you're caught in between, like what to do with this new person that you are now confronted with. Could be even in a friendship. Maybe you've been friends for 10, 15, 20 years, and you knew a certain version of them, but now they are becoming something else that you maybe don't like in particular, or you don't know how to deal with it. And it doesn't mean they're wrong, it just means they're growing, or you're growing, or you're both growing, and you're growing in different directions. But either way, like, whatever it is that is placed on your table, on your platter, yeah, platter is a nice word, placed on your platter, whatever's placed on there, do you have to take it? Like, do you have to do it? Do you have to accept everything that's given to you? My thoughts are probably all over this. It's probably all over the show, but indulge me for a second. I'd really love to hear from you, and just, as now I feel like I'm going cuckoo, so do let me know. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Please do remember the house rules, and we comment, we subscribe, click on the bell notifications, and call a friend to come and watch this video, even though it's really not going anywhere. Bye.